Okay, what is up, guys? And today I have a few things that I want to talk about. One of them being, or the main reason being, that I have a Funimation infringement strike on my Etsy shop that you may or may not know about. I know a lot of people on DeviantArt have probably seen my journal post saying, it's complete bull, because it is, because I'm covered under this lovely law called fair use. Now, I've actually looked at this a lot and done a lot of research about this Julie McKendrick person who is apparently, air quote, the legal representation of Funimation, who's supposed to go out and stop all this legal diatribe like infringement and copyright and blah blah blah. Now, on my way to doing this research, I discovered that she'd actually banned and destroyed a lot of DeviantArt accounts already. Now, I'm probably going to leave a link in the description so that you can go off and have a look at all my research, because I don't want anyone saying, oh, this is a scam, or, this hasn't happened. It has happened. Someone on DeviantArt has had an account for 8 years, and they have nearly lost their account simply because Julie McKendrick decided to go along, look at their gallery, and flag nearly every Dragon Ball Z thing that they've drawn. Now, these people haven't got it up for sale as a print, so you can't buy it. It's just the actual fan art itself. You get to look at it, like it, favorite it, comment on it, and say how amazing it is. Now, see, that right there is breaching the law called fair use. The legal representative of Funimation is actually breaking the law because fair use protects little people like us. It lets us take things that are copyrighted, aka Dragon Ball, which is the huge discussion right now, and it lets us put our own spin on things. Like with my drawing, I take Vegeta and Goku, and I think that Raditz as well. I've drawn Raditz as well. And I put my own art style on them. That is legal under the Act of Fair Use, which is, I'll link the law like I said, which is I am allowed to make that. And I am allowed to put it up for people to look at and like and all this other fun stuff. But when she comes along and decides to nearly ban an account that's been there for 8 years, they have amazing art, I've seen their art, and I don't understand how a legal representative can get away with that because, okay, look, I've heard a lot of fair use being breached lately on YouTube. Markiplier's talked about it, Jacksepticeye's talked about it, H3, I think, Productions, I think that's the name of the channel, who I watch, is also being sued by another YouTuber when clearly what they've done is covered under fair use. And see, they could go to court and try and get it sorted out, but they don't know if the judge or the whatever it is that they're doing will understand fair use and how it works, which sucks because this legal representative of Funimation has done the exact same thing. They don't understand how it works, obviously, or they wouldn't be trying to ban me for making a Jace plushie. This plushie right here is the reason that my Etsy account and shop is in potential jeopardy of being closed forever, and I've had this since September of last year in 2015. I've made a total of 16 sales, and most of those sales have actually come from Tinybox Tim, which is Markiplier's little mascot. And Golden Freddy, Withered Golden Freddy, and one Golden Freddy from Scott Cawthon's Five Nights at Freddy's. I hope that he, of all people, understands the fair use contract thing, or act, or statute, because I don't want to have to worry about my shop being closed because someone else besides Funimation decided to come along, completely ignore this law, and then, boom, I'm gone. Because if I get more than one copyright infringement strike on my Etsy shop, I'm gone forever. That's not cool because I spend a lot of time, people don't seem to understand how long it takes for me to sit here and make these things. I spend literal hours, weeks, months making these things. The biggest project I've ever made in my life is Beerus, the God of Destruction from Dragon Ball Z, Battle of Gods, and Fukatsu no F, because I wanted to, and it took a literal 2 months, 2.5 months. I'm not really sure anymore because it's been a while. But I spend forever making my things, and that's under fair use because I've taken a copyrighted thing and I put my own spin on it, and now I can make revenue from it, which I am. And see, I'm allowed to sell things under the Fair Use Act as well, because as long as what I sell isn't the exact replica of what Funimation themselves has made, and it's not damaging to their sales, I can do it. It's perfectly legal. So I had Jace up on my Etsy shop, and he was being sold for 25 Australian dollars. And they decided to say, oh, you can't sell this, but they're completely ignoring the fact that I already have a Super Saiyan Vegeta, a base form Vegeta, and Shenron and the 7 Dragon Balls up for sale there as well. I don't specifically know why they've only picked on Jace, and I'm not about to say, oh, go have a look at everything else I've got up there and pick on that too, because, like I said, it's illegal. It's literally illegal. The legal representative, Funimation, is breaching the law. I don't understand why. I don't know if this is a scam. All I know is I've done a lot of research. There are people signing petitions, writing petitions, sending them to Funimation, complaining about Julie McKendrick for deactivating their DeviantArt accounts for fan art that they've drawn, which is even more so covered under fair use than what I'm doing. What I'm doing, which is selling things under fair use, is a lot more sketchy, or not as clean cut black and white as people just making fan art and not selling it. So those people have made petitions as a specific site, and I will try and find it, and I'm not sure if I can, but I'll try and link it so that you guys can have a look. It's people signing petitions and sending to Funimation complaining about Julie McKendrick because she's doing something that's illegal, and she's destroying most of our fun. I do this as a hobby because I'm a university student right now, so I just sit here and do my thing. I crochet my little plushies and whatnot. Now, the fact that I'm annoyed about this is because the fair use contract says as long as you put your own spin on it and it's not the exact same thing, you can sell it. My Jace plushie is so not even looking like whatever they could sell. It's not even funny. Then, as far as I know, Funimation doesn't even sell a Jace from Dragon Ball Z plushie. From my research. I'm probably wrong. I'm expecting a lot of hate in the comments for this, and I don't really care because people need to know that if you have fan art of Dragon Ball Z, Julie McKendrick is coming for you. You better watch out. She will find you. Maybe. She found me, and I'm the smallest, DeviantArt Etsy shop owner out there. And she found me, and she nearly had my account removed. I can send you a link to my DeviantArt account where I've got the journal up saying how, this is why I'm covered under fair use. I've actually got the law quoted in my journal entry, so I'll leave the link for that. I'm not trying to advertise my DeviantArt account because that's not what I'm about. The people who find me and want stuff from me will find me. I'm not about to go spam my credentials and be like, here, find me, buy off me, I don't care. I just want to point out that this might happen to you. I'm not saying it will, but it might. Because it definitely is a real thing, and I can prove it if I was interested enough to prove it. But all you have to do is take my word for it, because I wouldn't be making this video if it didn't happen. So, yeah. That's all I really wanted to say for now. Is be worried that you could be making fan art and you could potentially lose your DeviantArt account, and or Etsy shop owners may lose your Etsy shop. Shops on Amazon have been removed that have been there for years. Shops on eBay that have been there have been removed. Lots of shops, lots of different DeviantArt places. I'm not sure on the fact that if an Etsy account has been removed yet, but I know a lot of them have been pinged. And so this is not okay. So they've all been selling DBZ plushies and then they've just suddenly been removed, which isn't cool at all. Now, technically, I'm not sure if they're actually covered under fair use, because I do know that a lot of people are actually selling the actual Dragon Ball Z merchandise, and that, I guess, doesn't get covered under fair use because, it's understandable that you're a shop making revenue off of literally just buying things from Funimation and then selling it. I can see how that wouldn't be allowed, but I'm not buying things from Funimation. I'm going to my local craft store, buying yarn, and then I'm making all these lovely things. I am completely putting my own spin on the Dragon Ball Z characters, which fair use says you need to do to be covered under fair use, which is what I'm doing. Just like with my fan art. So, that's essentially all I really wanted to say. Thank you guys for listening. Please, if you want to find out if this is a scam, do your own research, because as far as I was able to find out, this is a real thing. She is like a legal representative of Funimation. But even if she was a scam, this infringement strike on my Etsy account is definitely 100% real. Because I am very afraid that I might lose my shop. One more infringement strike by anybody for any reason, like malicious or otherwise, I may be removed. And I don't want that because I'll have to make all my listings again. I'm going to lose out on a lot of money that I've had to pay to get my listings up, so don't really want to lose it. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Please, if you want to know more about this, do your own research. I'll try and leave links in the description to all this stuff that I've been talking about. And essentially just have a nice day and keep doing what you're doing and what you love.